Hey everyone, welcome to another transformation video. This is the fantastic model FM-05 Rambo, their version of Sideswipe. I'm going to show you how to transform him from mostly out of the box to vehicle mode and back to robot. So, first thing is, if you plug this in, you got to brace this shoulder piece and untab it. Just get it out of there like that. Just get that out of the way. Now, I'm going to start with the legs and go up. So, just going to bring this down a little bit. And it's kind of easier to start with the legs. So, first thing you want to do is down here at the feet. Well, these will probably be folded away out of the box. Yeah, just fold these heels in like that. Fold that in and fold that in like that. And same thing, fold and fold. Like so. Then with one of the legs, what you do is you unpeg this wheel right here. You unpeg that and bring that out like this, and they'll just kind of sit right there for now. What you then do here is you want to take this right here. You want to bring this foot back like this and rotate it inward like so. Yeah. Of course, it usually doesn't catch, but yeah. You rotate it inward like so, and then you take these exhaust pipes and bring them out like that. Then what you do on here is you take this, on the inside, you take this panel and you fold this down like so. You take this panel right here and fold this out. From there, what you do is you kind of bracing the thigh, then you push down on this part. So this part right here will unlatch. Or supposed to anyway. Keep pushing down on this part, yeah. So unlatches, and this comes down on the back right here, and you bring this forward like this. And you take this part and you fold this away like that. Now here is the part that's a little tricky. So if you don't want to avoid scratching the paint on here, what you want to do, when you bring this forward, you want to then also take these knee joints and you want to bring it back on this lower knee joint like this, right? You want to bring it back right here, so you're going to collapse it in. That lets you clear a lot of this stuff, and you just push it in like this, and keep pushing it all the way in like that. So see, now it's fully collapsed. You can see how much shorter it is than the other leg. And you take this part, and if it hasn't done so already, you extend this part and rotate it around, fold it back up, and then collapse it in and tab it into the side, like this, like that. Then right here, you want to take this and rotate this tab out like that. You want it sitting like that. Really easy to forget that part. And that's one leg done. So then the other leg, you do the same exact thing. Again, unpeg the wheel like that, bring that back, bring the foot down, rotate it around like so, bring out the exhaust pipe. That one moved a little bit. Yeah, bring out the exhaust pipe, and then on the inside here, fold this panel down right there, fold this panel out. You bring this whole panel down while holding this rest of it in place. So unclips right there, sitting like that. You can bring this leg out of the way, so you can then close this up, right? Close this into the place like that. And then right here, fold the leg out on both hinges of the knee, and then bring it in and collapse it in like so. Just fully collapse it like that. And then right here, slide this down, rotate this around, slide it back up, and then bring it up on these hinges and then tab it in like that. Then you also bring this part out right here like so. Like that. Go ahead and bring the legs together. Peg them together like so. And right here, the spoiler, I want to be careful with that. And so just bring the legs together like this. Make sure this part, there's a panel right here, which, sometimes you can see right now is offset. So go ahead and push that, get that lined up right here. And then this is kind of key. This is the way you want to just kind of bring the spoilers together like that. Spoiler halves together like that. And that's the back half of the car already. That's the back half. That's the easy part. It looks harder in some of the video instructions than it actually is. Now, the top part right here, what you want to do here, going up top now, I'm going to take the head here. It's on a platform. You want to untab it from the back here. You can see right here, you can just untab it from the back right here. You should untap it from the back and just bring the head forward and just kind of have it sitting like this for now. Then from there, what you want to do is kind of bring the arms out just a little bit like that. That gives you a little bit more clearance, so you can bring this stuff up, untabbing this stuff, and bring this up a bit. And then kind of, then bring this back. These will kind of untab. You're just kind of supposed to tab into the sides too. So you got to tab those out, and then bring these back like here, and then bring this up right here, and just kind of make sure it's kind of lined up right there right now. For now, we're just going to leave that all kind of sitting there for now. From there, what you want to do is then kind of bring these back again, and then take these shoulder bits right here. You want to bring these up right here like this, line that up, and then bring this out right here. You want this all lined up because that's, you can see that's completes the fender. Same thing. Bring this forward and up, and then bring this out on the side. Make sure it stays lined up, and there you go. There, when you go ahead and split everything, you want to untap this stuff and slide it out like that. You can see there's sliders right there. So slide it out like that, and then you go ahead and bring this kind of just out of the way for now. You're going to start rotating stuff around a little bit. Like this. Yeah, this is where some of the clearance issues start kind of popping in a little bit. So, with the arms, what you want to do is you want to bring them back a bit, and then rotate them, making sure the tire up. You see, so you can rotate them like this with the tire. You want to rotate this bit in here like this. You want to rotate with the tire up like this, and that gives you the clearance to get that all the way around like that. And right here, what you want to do is you want to take this little, so you can see this little metal slider right here. You want to slide that up. That unlocks the bicep swivel, so you can then rotate this around like so. Right here, what you want to do is you want to take the fist, rotate it up like this, so palm up, and then you bring this down, and also basically you open the door. Bring this all down out of the way for now. You want to open this up right here. Open that up. Rotate the fist in. Take this panel right here and rotate that around. You can see this panel rotates around and collapses like that. Now here at the door, what you want to do, I'm kind of moving these weird ways to show this bit better. I want to bring this around like this, and then bring this down like this. Make sure this bit's lined up. If it's lined up, you're good. Then you go ahead and close it up right here. Like that if you want. And then, what you want to do is go ahead and bring this up right here, and there's a tab right here, which will go into a little slot in there, and you just kind of just bring it up like that. And that's kind of more or less one side done for now. And also then you're going to bring this in. I'm going to bring this in right here, tab that in, and fold this down like that, so it's sitting like that. This one's already kind of trying to do that. You don't do that yet. And then you basically do the same thing on this side. So, well, I don't know how that happened there. You rotate this around like so. And then you slide this thing up right here. Rotate that around. Then you open up the door and everything. Get out of the way. You open up this panel. Rotate the fist like this. Close up this panel right here like that. Then rotate the fist in. And you go ahead with the door. What you do, so you open this part out right here, and then bring this part down right here. Make sure it all kind of tabs in. So then you can close this up right here, like that. And you go ahead and bring this up and tab this in right here. And then right here, you can close this up right here, tab that in, close that up right there, and there you go. Now, with that, what you want to do, I want to get the doors kind of cleared up here like this. Now, before you start attaching the rear to the front, getting that out of the way, this right here, what you want to do is, this is kind of weird. What you need to do is these hinges on this, you want to bring this down like this, and then bring the head up like this. That will feed into this gap right here as well. See, there's multiple hinges right here. And what basically you want it, so if you look at the bottom of the car, you don't see the die cast. So you gotta push that hinge up like that and right here. And you gotta clear this all right here. Getting that door head through the gap right there. If you got it all right, see, now you don't see those die cast hinges. It's all squared away. So you have to fold up those hinges just right. It's really hard to show on camera. But then right here, what you want to do is just bring the arms in. What you want to do here is these tabs right here will go into the slots on the arms. You want to do it kind of an angle as well. Making sure, yes, this is all square. Yes, so just push those together like that, and push that in like that, like so. It's all pushed in. I can put this down on the ground a bit so I can bring this down a bit. Now from here, what you want to do is these bits right here, you want to fold. You can see you want to fold this part in so it looks like that. And same thing, you can see fold that part in so it looks like that. Then right here, you want to go ahead and bring this kind of down a little bit, so you can then bring out this part of the roof right here, like so. Then you bring these parts back like this, like that, so they're in there. What you want to do here before is also take this part right here, and you want to fold this out like that. Then you go ahead and take these. You can see these bits right here. These tabs go over top right here, and these bits right here will go underneath. So you can see right there, it goes just slides in. Try not to get the doors caught. It's a little bit tricky. Sometimes the doors will catch on you, and they'll they'll catch a bit. So you have to kind of get in there like that. Then from there, I want to bring this down. So kind of bring it down like this. You can see this will fold out forward like this. And making sure this is all squared away. Then right here you want to tab the sides of the fenders into the hood part, like kind of just push them in. Be a little stubborn sometimes, like that. Yeah, push it all in, making sure it's all squeezed together like that. Yeah, make sure the wheels are all lined up, everything. And with that, you have Rambo in his vehicle mode. Yeah, again, a lot of it's kind of, once you start doing it, you kind of understand how it all works. But yeah, the problem is just kind of hard. It's hard to show some of this stuff. But yeah, like showing like, hey, yeah, you got to get these hinges lined up perfectly so that, it all lines up. But, it'll be all nice and clean once you got it done. And a roll and everything, and there you go. So, to get them back to robot mode, it's also, basically do it all reverse. What you do right here is, don't drop it. What you do, get up here, you want to take these fenders and just kind of untab them. Just bring them out like that. Just bring them out like that. You take this bit and bring that up, and then start bringing that up a bit. And you just kind of get in here and bring the roof forward, essentially. Roof and hood, windshield forward. Sometimes, if you're having trouble, you can also just open the doors to get them out, just get them out of the way a bit, and that will give you the leverage necessary. You can then get in there and just kind of do that. So, the only thing you have to get those back out of the way, so just, just close them back up afterwards. So, that's a tip. Yeah, sometimes you just need to open those doors. So then from here, what you want to do is then bring these bits out right here and fold this away like that. Let me bring this back down. Yeah. Bring these out right here and then folding this part away right here. Now sometimes this will do that, so make sure that doesn't catch. Fold that away right there, and then kind of bring this up a bit so you can then take this piece right here and fold that away. And just kind of leave that all right now. Although you can also then take these bits and bring that out right there and bring this out right there. So just leave that whole segment right there for now. Then from here, what you're going to do is you're going to separate the front and back halves of the car. And to do that, honestly, it's just kind of use the ab crunch in there and just kind of do that. And do it on both sides. And there you go. That's separated now. And then go ahead from there. You're going to take the arms out. Kind of bring them out a little bit. And right there, a little bit. And then right here, you want to take just kind of push the head up and through like this. Get that out of the way. And then take the head here and bring it back like that. Then bring it forward like so. And just kind of let it sit there. Right there, like that. Just let it sit there. And then go ahead and use the hinges here to kind of bring this out and down like that. So it's a little easier to work with. So from here, what you want to do is then, untap, bring this out like that. Just kind of have it sitting like that. And then right here, take this and untab this. Like there, like so. Open the door. Open the door like that. And then fold this piece away like so. And then fold this piece away like that. Leaving that out like so. What you want to do from there is fold out the hand right here. Fold out the hand like this. Rotate this bit around. Make sure it's all the way folded out. And then fold this in and closing it up. And then you bring this in and collapse this in and collapse this down and tab it in right here like so. And that will sit right there. And you can rotate the hand like that. And then right here, take this and rotate this around like that so it lines up. Then, use this lever to push down and that will lock that into place. And then right here, you want to take this, kind of angle it out a little bit like this, and then just rotate it around. Here, just bring it out and rotate this around like so, like that. And you can go, do that. And that's one arm done. Again, fold this out, and then untab that like there, like that. Open the door like this, and also untab that. Mine already untabbed. Open that, and yeah, do that. And then right here, fold this away. Fold this away like so. And there you go. Right here, you can see, bring out the fist like so. Take this panel right here and rotate this out. Rotate this down and tab it in like that. Collapse this down. Bring that into that spot, and then of course make sure it's all tabbed in on the side too. Like that. And right here, rotate it 180 like that. Then close this up right here. Slide that down so it locks in. So it locks in. There you go. And then kind of bring this out a bit and then rotate this around like so. And then rotate the fist right here, and that's another arm done. So from here, we'll have to go up a little bit. From here, go ahead and rotate this stuff around a bit. And bring this up, and you're going to go ahead and slide the side pieces inward, and they're going to tab into the center piece right here like this. Like that. Then you take these fender pieces, you want to fold that in, and then collapse this down, and then fold this in, collapse that down. Now these hinges and stuff, you kind of see, again, there's multiple hinges here. See, these hooks are going to go into the, the little spaces down here. See that? Yeah, they're going to go into those like that. And you have to make sure this is all spaced out right. So what happens here is you're going to have multiple things. These tabs right here on these bits right here, you can see that tab I'm pointing to, is eventually going to go into that slot on the hood. These are going to come together, and they're going to it's going to come together really odd. It's kind of hard to explain and show. But yeah, you got to bring this down right here. You got to bring this down. You got to use these double hinges. You got to bring this down here, making sure it clears all this stuff. Yeah, so bring this down here, and then bring these up as well at the same time. Like so, and then bring this up on this hinge so it kind of feeds between. See, there's a little, kind of somewhat feeds in between. Yeah, you see, it's how it's, yeah, you see that it's not fully collapsed against the windshield, it's kind of sticking out. But yeah, this feeds between this, these right here come together, and they'll kind of hook into each other like this. Look into each other like that, and that's one part. This is going to then, you see again, these hook into that part right there. You bring this back, kind of bring these out a little bit, and this will come forward right here. And again, see these metal bits right here, you see the little bits that stick out are going to feed into the little holes right here when it's all lined up. You might have to push this back a bit, like that. And these will, yeah, you see those will push into those holes like so, and then you can bring these little tab bits down. You can push those down into the chest. Right here in the front. These are supposed to kind of float up on the outside, but yeah. These inner ones next to the head hinge are supposed to go into the chest. And right here, if it all lines up, yeah, those tabs you can see will go into that bit on the hood. Essentially. Yeah, these parts right here are kind of just pushed in anyway because they're going to get pushed in by the tires, and you bring the arms in like so. Bring the arms in like that. You can see now that everything's sitting nicely. And then you take the head here and you bring it back on these hinges, and you see there's a slot here which goes over those tabs. Like that. Kind of doing the final locking of into place. And there you go. There's the upper half done. Now you're getting all transformed. So from down here, you want to go ahead for the legs. You want to go ahead and take these pieces right here and just, collapse those big tabs in like that. And then right here, the spoiler. You unhook the spoiler first and then just pull apart. Then these side bits, what you want to do is untab them from the side. I just get in here with my finger and just kind of pull out like that. Bring them down like so. And then here, now if you're lucky, you'll get a nice thing going. You got to extend the leg, and again, just kind of be mindful of where the knees are, and just, bend the knee as you're bringing it out. So it does that. If you're lucky, that will hook on here and kind of pull this out. If you're not like me right now, you're going to have to then get in here. There is a notch. You have to, yeah, there's a notch here to get that little clip out. Fortunately, it did not come out this time. Yeah, you see, see that clip right there. So you bring that clip out, and then you rotate this little knee platform so that it lines up with that clip. And then you push down on this part right here, so then that clips over the back of the knee like this. Make sure it clips all the way in. like that, it'll click. Then from here, you want to go ahead and push this part in, and then take this panel right here and rotate it around like that to fill in the nut gap. Come here, take the exhaust, push it down like this, and then rotate the foot out. Right, rotate the foot out like so, and bring it up. And then this thing right here, you want to go ahead and rotate it around. If it's, slide down, rotate it around. Whether or not you slide it back up, it seems to be up for debate. But yeah, you bring this in like this. And then these two pegs right here, you line them up with, well, wheels, the holes in the wheels, and yeah, just push it in once you get it lined up, and that's pretty much done. Well, again, there's one last step, of course, we'll do in a brief second. Yeah, then, of course, do the other leg. Again, bring this out, untabbing that like so. Right here, you can start extending this and bending the knee at the same time and clearing all that stuff. You bend it all and then bring it out like that, and then again, bring out that hook. You can see like that. Straighten this out right here so that the knee panel right there lines up with hook, or the whatever, clip. That's what I'm looking for. And push it down, push it together so it clicks. So, and then fold this in, fold this up like that. Down here with the foot. Fold down the exhaust. Bring out the foot like so. Rotate it up. Take this piece, slide it down, rotate it around, slide back in, and then collapse it in. And again, line up these pegs with the holes in the wheels. Sometimes it fights me a bit. Wow, that was the easiest time I ever had. And then one last thing to do, which is down here at the heels, you got to bring out you got to bring out the heels essentially. And sometimes they fight, so you bring those out, and I have to use my pinky on this last heel to push it through like this, and then bring it out like that, and that's your heel. And same thing, bring this out, and again, this is, sometimes they just, particularly this foot, I'm on the left foot, this likes to really just stay in there, and I have to use a tool. Because die cast, sometimes I get to use a screwdriver. There we go. Yeah, bring it out, and then bring this part out right here, rotate it around, bring it out. That gives you the feet, which means you can come out here, straighten everything out, and also reattach this if you want, because you are done transforming Rambo here. You might have to make some small adjustments, but yeah. Yeah, so again, transformation's not too bad. Most of the difficulty is kind of getting some of this stuff lined up, particularly that final bit where you're trying to get all the panels perfectly lined up and everything lined up perfectly for everything to, well, line up and lock together. It's actually not too bad of a transformation for the most part. It's just there's, a couple things which are easy to overlook. Some of the stuff definitely you have to do it in a very specific order. But it's not too bad, and yeah, just kind of the only thing you can be mindful of is, unfortunately, it seems like you will be scratching up the shoulders a bit when you transform it. Again, someone claims you can do it without doing it, but they didn't provide any proof. But they just said, they just kind of said just be careful or something. It's like, that's super helpful. So yeah, that's the transformation. Hope this was helpful for you, and hope you enjoy your figure, and hope you watch the review, and I'll see you next time.